All right, so her friend set her up on a bad date. She bails on this date, and now her friend is all mad at her. So who's right and who's wrong? You got something going on in your life you want to share with Bert Show fam? Go ahead, hit us up at thebertshow.com. We got all the single folk on the Bert Show in here to help out with this one also. Okay, so Romeo and Abby and Katie and Rebecca. Hey, Bert Show. I've had a major disagreement with my friend recently and need you to tell me if I'm the a-hole. I especially need the singles of the show to weigh in. I've been out in these dating streets for a while, and it is rough. My patience is wearing thin, and honestly, I am tired of wasting time. I cut my losses quickly, and I move on. Coworker, friend of mine, set me up on a date. I was hesitant, but she sold this dude real good. I met him for a date on Saturday, and he was so blah. I wasn't remotely interested in anything he had to say. I wasn't physically attracted to him, and I got the feeling he wasn't really into me either. The whole thing just seemed super pointless. As soon as the server bussed our table and took our plates, I placed some money on the table for my portion of the bill and told him it was nice to meet him, but I had to get going. I got up, said goodnight, and I left. My friend called me the next day and said he was upset with the way I handled the date by leaving so abruptly. And since he was upset, she was, of course, upset with me as well. I explained to her everything I had just explained to you. She still felt I was in the wrong and should have, quote unquote, seen the date through. The date was finished in my eyes. Apparently, it wasn't in his. We were obviously not vibing and we're never going to see each other again. So why prolong the inevitable? Am I the a-hole here? Do I need to apologize to my friend and this guy? Because I'm feeling like I shouldn't. Thanks, Abby. Get in there, Abby.
I absolutely believe that this person is in the wrong. When you're going out on a date, it's such a vulnerable thing to put yourself out there. And I just think you need to be really careful with people's hearts. And that means walking on eggshells a little bit. And I think throwing some money on the table and getting out of Dodge as soon as possible is a little disrespectful. So I think she's in the wrong.
She's not.
She's not.
Katie.
Time is too important, you say.
It is, and as I tell my friends, we are in our selfish era, okay? It's about us sometimes. Sometimes it is about us, and if the date's not going well, I'm out. I'm sorry, and I'm trying to learn this myself, to be less accommodating and more, basically focus more on my feelings. Now, the only thing I would have done differently here is I probably would have paid for the whole bill and be like, you know what? Because I know that I'm bouncing early, I'm wasting your time. You know, this is on me, so I'll pay for the whole bill, but I gotta go. I gotta go.
So again, let me just read the one part here that we're really debating. As soon as the server bussed our table and took our plates, I placed some money on the table for my portion of the bill. Now again, the bill hadn't even come, right? As soon as the server bussed our table and took our plates, I placed some money on the table for my portion of the bill and told him it was nice to meet him. So the bill hadn't even come yet.
Correct.
But I had to get going. So I got up, said goodnight, and I left. Romeo.
Okay, because the bill didn't show up, I think that's a little rude. And maybe I can see why her friend feels like she needs to apologize because of the way she handled it. I feel like you needed to wait for the bill to show up, and then that's when you know the date is over, and then you get to go home. But the way I think that if her friend feels that way about it, yeah. But I also think her friend owes her an apology for choosing a black guy.
All right, Rebecca.
The only reason she's an a-hole is because her friend set her up. If this was just some dude that she met on a dating app and she bailed halfway, all power to you, because I have done that before, actually.
You've just left?
Yeah.
As soon as the server gets there.
I made up a really terrible excuse, and I just walked out. I didn't even look back. I didn't pay for anything either, so I guess I'm really the a-hole.
I guess I don't have that gear now. Mo, would you do this, or would you wait for the bill?
I don't think I would have it in me to do this. I mean, I do understand that life is short, and if you're not feeling somebody, you do have the right to just, I guess, exit this way. But I'm with Rebecca on this one. I think I would have stuck this out if nothing else because my friend set me up, and I would have felt like I at least owed that to my friend.
Yeah, and I mean, the time of waiting for the actual bill to come and not, what are we talking about? 3 minutes, 4 minutes here at most?
Depends if your server's in the weeds, man.
Let's assume we're being 3 minutes to spare somebody's feelings. I think you wait the 3 minutes, wait for the bill to get there, you settle it up, and you take off. But to me, it's super rude.
So rude. It was obvious she was trying to rush and get out of there as soon as possible. 5 minutes was too long.
I can't stand one more second with you is what that was saying. Yeah, I think you gotta owe an apology.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.